Stop listening to Umar Johnson when it comes to relationships. In 2024, we still have people. Let me open this door a little bit, get a little hot in here. We still have people who are consuming information from likes of Umar Johnson. And they're giving these people relationship advice. And these are the same people who have baby mamas and had children out of wedlock. And that's not to shame anyone watching this that have children out of wedlock or that you're a single parent. Not at all. I'm just talking about the fact that there's this individual, Umar Johnson, is a poor representation to me personally when it comes to this whole pro-black thing. And I say this because mainly a pro-black person should have a family. I'm talking be married, have an actual spouse, and both the spouse and the children all live under the same roof, like that real household. That to me is a real representation of pro-black. Married with children. Sadly, Umar Johnson is the opposite. Children out of wedlock. 2 baby mamas. And he's giving people, advice on relationships. He's even telling people to stay dating within your race. And I think that's a dumb thing also. I say this is dumb because you may just end up meeting the most amazing person in your life, and that person doesn't even look like you. Different culture, different race, different whatever. Before we continue on, my name is Oreo D Juice. This is the D and Juice YouTube channel. My wife pretty much left this channel, so it's just me posting nowadays. And yeah, that's just what I post here. So I have all my socials down below in this video. My IG, all that stuff is there. So let's continue on. Yeah, man. I'm sorry. One last announcement. This post is sponsored by CourseCareers.com, which is a online training program that has helped many people land a job in tech, earning between $50,000 to six figures plus. If interested, more information down below about Course Careers. It's a training program, basically. So if you're interested, I'll leave the information down below. You're welcome. So again, let's continue on. It's so sad that some people are actually not willing to give other so-called race of people a chance or to get to know that person because of their skin color. You are willing to basically just say, you know what, only deal with this kind of people and that's it. And let's be clear. It's your life. You're grown. You do what you do. Everyone has a preference, and that's great. There's nothing wrong with the preference. I'm just stuck on the fact that how could you take advice from people who can't even practice what they preach? How do you accept information for someone who's not even married telling you to get married? Why aren't you married? Why aren't you even married? That's the first question you should be asking. That's almost like someone trying to teach me how to, make $1 million, right? You're trying to give me some information on how to make this kind of money. But you've never held or had $1 million a day in your life. And you're trying to explain to me how to make that kind of money? How come you don't have $1 million? If it works, if whatever you're telling me works, how come it doesn't work for you? So if Umar's telling you to stay within your culture, your race, only date black women, black women are queens and all this and that, and that's true. I think so-called black American women are queens. That's true. But all this talking point about how much they're queens and you have to respect them, then why aren't you even married to one? You know what I mean? You're not even married. At least take advice from people who are in the game. Actually married individual giving you advice. That makes some more sense to me. It makes sense to take information from someone that's done the work, or that's currently in the field. Give you actual advice, tips, because they're doing the work. So it is kind of embarrassing that people are listening to such individuals as Umar, when he's not even he can't even keep his own household in check, meaning he's not even married to either one of his baby mamas. Get your household in check first. Get your household in check first, then start talking. I don't care if you have degrees or whatnot. It's meaningless, because if it all worked, then you should be a great representation of a pro-black person by being married to a black person. To me, that's the ultimate way of representing pro-black. I'm married to the person that I'm for, not making them into baby mamas. That's a disrespect. We already know how many Pookies and Ray Rays, are involved in those situations, having different baby mamas. It's embarrassing. It is. It's embarrassing. Why haven't you gotten married to either one of your baby mamas? Are they the problem? No, it's really you the problem. Yeah, you already are two. You already got two that you can't. At least take advice from people who are in the field, that have experienced marriage. At least listen to them. At least listen to someone that's in the freaking field. But that's my take on Umar Johnson. I think he's the worst representation of so-called pro-black. There's a reason why no one wants to deal with him in terms of celebrities. No one wants to, if you ever notice, no one wants to work with him because they know he's a clown. Everyone but you know he's a clown. He can be on whatever Breakfast Club shows and all this nonsense. I'm sure he pays his way to get in there, like everybody else. And he's going to use that format to basically preach to millions of listeners who may follow what he's saying, his message, and in return they may just become so emotional of whatever he's preaching to them, where they give him money. Oldest trick in the book. Oldest trick in the book. Why is it old? Because it's what Fox News and CNN and those news networks do. Meaning they go off your emotions. They show you something, you consume it, you become emotional. Now you make decisions based off how you feel, not facts. So what does this have to do with Umar Johnson? He does the same thing to a lot of people who just can't think for themselves. The stuff he preaches makes you become emotional. You like it. Yeah, we are oppressed. Yeah, reparations. That's emotional thinking. And you follow him because of what he said to you. You've done no research, no investigation, and if the stuff he's saying is valid or not. Or who is this person? Is this a good person? What have you done for people? Why haven't anyone else, like a big celebrity, right? Or a big, just someone that's important, why don't they side with you? No one wants to side with Buddy. Nobody wants to get with Umar Johnson. No actual respectable big person wants to deal with Umar Johnson, or wants to even just do business with them. Nobody wants to do business with Umar. No actual real entities. Do you know why? Every last one of us, myself included, all the critical thinkers, myself included, I see myself as a critical thinker. That's why I don't deal with Umar, because I know he's scamming people. I know he's a paid op. The stuff he's saying is to get people emotional and to stay at a certain mindset, which is to keep them dumbed the hell down. Make sure you only talk about race and reparations. Just keep them on that level, which is, to me, embarrassing. Just dumb them down. That's what Umar Johnson is. That's his job to me. Because there's no way in 2024 people are still buying into this black and white race war nonsense, reparations, oppression. Only people who do not think for themselves still talk like this and still consume information about this kind of stuff. The rest of us we moved on. we've realized there's people who may look like us or the opposite, may be the best individuals that we could surround ourselves with. Hope that made sense. Just because someone looks like you doesn't mean they have your best interest. Do not get caught up in this race, black, white stuff. Just because someone looks like you in terms of their skin color or so-called race does not mean they have your best interest. They may be scamming like there's no tomorrow, but they know because you're so big on race, and let's stay with the culture. Let's stay with the so-called black community. Please, that's all emotional talk, and you listen to this and you believe them and you support their message. A lot of time that turns into dollars. You give them money. It's a business. It is a successful business too. Oldest trick in the book: emotional talking points. Get people to become emotional. You can control them. And Umar has the man's done a great job controlling his followers because people very much believe the stuff he says. I think by you not giving other people a chance to get to know them because of their skin color, I think by you doing this to yourself is a disservice. You're only limiting your freaking, how should I put it? Your money. You may end up meeting the most amazing character, regardless of what they look like, their nationality, ethnicity. They may be the best person that you will ever come around, that give you some great information to just benefit your life for the better. But because you're so quick to just judge them based off their skin color and decide not to deal with them because of skin color, you lose that contact. You lose that benefit. Again, it's your life. It's your preference. Date who you want to date. But by actually looking at people's skin color and deciding I'm not going to deal with that person because of their skin color, it's crazy. Some of the best people I've met in my life don't look like me. Some of the best people who look like me, right, are some of the best people I've ever met. People who look like me. That means I go off someone's character first, not their appearance. I go off someone's character first, then everything else. Don't care what you look like. But Umar Johnson wants you to do the opposite. Look at their appearance first, then their character. What? There's plenty of so-called pro-blacks that does a great job scamming their followers. Plenty. They know exactly you guys are emotional. They know you're all about that black and white stuff. You are so easily to be finessed because they know exactly what they have. They know what to say to you to have you become emotional. All they got to keep preaching is that race talk, reparations and oppression. Keep preaching that, you got them by the balls forever, because that's all you care about. In 2024, only idiots are still fighting a race war. Only dummies are worried about race. The smart people know it's about class. They know it's about who has the money, who doesn't have the money, regardless of what you look like. Again, some of the best people I've met in my life do not look like me. Some of the best people I've met in my life look like me. I go off their character. I'm not telling you what to do. And if it sounds like it, I do apologize. I'm just telling you straight up. In 2024, for people to still follow our Umar Johnson, a man who can't even keep his own household together, that dude gives you relationship advice, and you accept it. That's crazy. A grown man who can barely comb his hair, and pretending to be pro-black. Man, Omar is by far one of the biggest Caucasian supporters on earth. So am I. So am I. The difference between myself and Umar is that I'm not hiding it. I'm not hiding supporting Caucasian people. I don't have a problem with it. Because I'm not pro-black. I can support whatever business I want. I don't go by some stupid code. But because your leader, Umar, is pro-black, he's supposed to be against supporting the opposite race. Yet he still supports them financially. Physically, he still supports Caucasians. As long as Umar Johnson is on YouTube preaching and talking, that's him supporting Caucasian services and products. As long as he's keep flying around in their airlines, that's him supporting Caucasian businesses, products, and services. Eating their food, drinking their water, breathing their air. That's Umar supporting Caucasians with your dollars. Physically. So he can keep preaching that pro-black stuff all he wants. You support Caucasians, my friend. You support them by your action. You support them. All this is just cheap. You support them regardless of what you do. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with supporting them. I support whatever business that I want to support if I like their service and product. I don't care who's it from, who's it made. I don't care. Is it good? Give me it. If you shop at Walmart, Target, driving Hondas and Toyotas, you support Caucasian services and goods. If you're so against it, if you're so pro-black, move to the forest. Move in the forest away from society, and then I'll believe you. Until then, all frauds. From Black Lives Matter, Umar Johnson, all frauds. They support Caucasian services and products like there's no tomorrow. And there's nothing wrong with it. But because they're so-called pro-black, it is embarrassing. You sound silly. You sound silly. If you're so against it, move to a forest away from society. Leave their services and products alone. If you're so against it. But until then, bro, you support Caucasians just like everybody else. And there's nothing wrong with it. Kind of off topic. It just baffles me that people still listen to acts like Umar. And the reason why they do it because a lot of these people are not critical thinkers. They don't know how to think for themselves. See, I'm a threat to his business. Yeah, it's a business. I'm a threat to Umar Johnson's business because I think for myself. This is why he cannot finesse me with the whole, whatever talk he does. It doesn't work on smart people like me. I know you're trying to finesse, bro. It's so easy to see you're just scamming, just like Black Lives Matter. Same thing. They took the money, Black Lives Matter, they took the donation money and bought mansions in Caucasian communities. The money that you gave Black Lives Matter as donations, that money went back to a Caucasian community. It's circulating right now. Your money that you gave these pro-black people went right back. And no one gets arrested. No one talks about it anymore. Everyone, you got played. And you're still getting played from Umar. The same tactic. The same tactic BLM is doing is what Umar Johnson has adopted. He's doing that same exact, how I put it, the same tactic basically. Because it's the oldest trick in the book and it works so well. Emotional talking points always work. It works on people who are not thinkers. It doesn't work on the opposite. It's impossible because we do research, we investigate. Right? And that is enough data and information for me to determine this man or this person is trying to scam me out of my money. It sounds good what you're saying, but really you're saying to me so I can give you something in return. My money. And you want me to either be sad, mad, angry, whatever. Emotional talking points. Not facts. Not facts. To end this video, practice critical thinking. Become a critical thinker. Start thinking for yourself. Consume whatever information from whomever, whatever source. Consume it. But after you get done consuming it, go figure out if it's valid information or not. That's your job as a critical thinker. That's all you got to do. Go see if it's true or false. Because a lot of time it's false. It's false because they're trying to have you in some way give them money in return by whatever message that made you feel good. Hope that made sense. Peace out. Thanks for watching. I'm out of here.